we'll break that down some more. Before we do that, though, let's talk about the big time, again, recruits for junior weekend headed into this. Obviously, this is for 2025. Talk all about them.
Yeah, so in terms of the junior weekend, as you kind of alluded to earlier, this is one of the last big weekends where Oregon's able to host. And, they went out with a bang, bringing in near 40 recruits this weekend. And, starting off with Akili Smith Jr. This is a legacy player for Oregon, knowing his dad was an Oregon Duck, ended up playing for the Cincinnati Bengals in his NFL career. Very, number 6 overall QB in this class. And this is one I'm personally excited for. It's just the intangibles that he brings to the game and his tape. Being down here in Southern California, we hear all about him as well. So I'm really excited to get him on campus. But he kind of led the way in terms of player engagement this weekend, trying to smooth some of these recruits. Another one is De'Aaron Hill, the number 5 running back in this class. He was on campus this weekend. This is one where Oregon's been in contact a lot as of recently. We've kind of heard a lot about him. He's another fast riser out of the state of Illinois. And then Deshaun Brame, he is a guy out of Kansas, a tight end, big body, big frame, who Oregon actually landed a couple crystal balls this weekend to get him. Tight end's kind of a position in need going forward. Oregon on their roster, they got Kenyon Sadiq, who he was the number 1 player out of the state of Idaho, big tight end recruit. But in terms of the depth and the younger classes, that's not something I would say is a strong suit necessarily. That's not a diss on Oregon's tight end room by any stretch. It's just going forward, that's something they needed to address. And I think they're doing very well trying to get him locked in with the Ducks. And then arguably the biggest one this weekend is Fahim Delane, the number 1 safety in the 25 class. They were able to get him in class out of in the campus this weekend. He's one where the Ducks are highly prioritizing him. They've been in contact with him for a while. Obviously, being the number 1 safety in the class he can damn near pick his school that he's going to end up going to. But it is big to get him on campus, especially this weekend. From everything I've seen, great visit. One that I know they were really hoping to stay in contact with and hopefully get him on visit for another official visit later in the year. But yeah, junior weekend this weekend. Supposedly it's been a success. I know obviously they're going to say that coming out of Eugene, but yeah, from everything I've seen from the players, social media, the insiders, the coaches, it looks like it was a very successful weekend on the recruiting trail.
Oh, that was talking about the quarterback size. Again, 6'5", 200, a ton of size there. Their tight end, I expect him to move up probably in the top 100. So out of these 4 players, 3 out of the 4 in the top 100 right now. And then, of course, your tight end at 134. And then the safety, 6'2", 195. So, and then the tight end, 6'6". So a lot of size there this weekend. And if you're able to, close on all those guys, that should be a big time move there. So, look, I think something what, Dan's done a great job in is if it gets them on campus, seems to do a pretty good job of closing them. So we'll see how this big weekend plays out. And we'll see. We'll have to come back and check the stats to see how successful Dan Lanning was on this first big junior day. And we'll continue to monitor big time recruiting weekends as the season goes on.